Leeds United told to heed this warning when expanding Elland Road. Huge updates emerging in the case of Ilia Gruev, with latest reports suggesting that the full 9 months will be missed by the Bulgarian international. Shock news as this former Leeds United star is set for a potential return to Elland Road, and Isaac Schmid looks set to return back to the matchday squad for today's trip to Sunderland. What's going on, Rich Budget here, and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories. This series, of course, we go through everything happening in and around the world of Leeds United, and there is no better place to start than with Ilia Gruev. That's right, we've been waiting all week. What is going to be the news that comes out around Gruev? Fark said it's not looking good, Brev. I'm sat there saying, listen, if it's a knee injury, if it's not a little knock, then it is looking like ACL, MCL, and that is something that is not going to recover anytime soon. MCL obviously not quite as bad as ACL in terms of recovery time, but still meniscus cartilage, which is what this is looking like it is going to stand out being, is not a pleasant one at all, and it is going to be taking him 6 to 9 months. This news came out late last night, so I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar with it, but he is going to be missing 6 to 9 months worth of action for Leeds United. Just look at some of his statistics from last year. 29 appearances, 90% pass accuracy, progressive pass per 94.37. Very impressive, and the reason I do bring this to you is because in terms of the progressive passes level, the pass accuracy, very similar to Tanaka, so it is someone that we do thankfully have a good replacement with. It's more Ethan Ampadu on the other side, whose numbers and whose in-game contribution is a little bit less when you compare it to Joe Rothwell in terms of the replacement that we do have for them. But the fact that we're missing both Ampadu and Gruev is a terrible thing for Leeds United. And I want to ask you guys, do you guys think Leeds United should dip our toes into the free market room? Do you think Leeds should trust Charlie Crew? What route do you think Leeds United should take with this? Because I don't see 2 midfielders being enough to get us through to January, in which we will definitely be looking for some acquisitions if we don't get some now. But yes, unfortunately, Ilia Gruev is going to be under the knife. Leeds United midfielder and Bulgarian international Ilia Gruev sustained an injury to his right knee during the club's Sky Bet Championship draw with Norwich, which saw him withdrawn in the 20th minute. Further assessment revealed that he has sustained a significant injury to his meniscus and will undergo surgery in the coming days, which will require an extended period of rehabilitation. Terrible news, and that is leading Leeds United to look elsewhere. Now, where else are they looking, Chris Kamara? Well, the first one could be for this exciting former PSG, and that is Eduard Michu. Now, not a like-for replacement, but still a good midfield star. And the reason I bring Michu to you is because when we've been talking about going into the free agent market, Fark said, listen, and as a lot of you guys have said, echoing Fark's statements, if they're a free agent at this point in the season, is a reason for it, and that is because no one wants them. Either they're too old, either they're a little bit past it, maybe they're asking for a little bit too much money. Now, the interesting thing about Eduard Michu is that the reason he's a free agent was actually because of his own choice. Now, Leeds were close to getting him last year. We did want him, but he decided to leave PSG instead to join Adana Demirspor. I'm not very good at pronouncing that. But his choice was to go over to the Turkish league instead of coming to Leeds United. Now, he actually decided to terminate his own contract at the Turkish side back in August due to unpaid salaries, which means he is now available for nothing. Now, the interesting thing with that is obviously it was so late in August that no one actually had him on his radar to go and pick him up there. But now that Leeds have been put in a situation where we are desperately in need for midfielders, this could be one that Leeds are looking at because we've shown interest in him before. It's someone that Fark has definitely touted as someone that he wants at the club. And this could be a perfect time to go and get him. Yes, he's not really a like-for replacement in that we'd want in that midfield position. But still, adding another body into the midfield is always good, especially when you look at the fact that someone like Brendan Aronson, it seems unlikely, might even be forced to be pushed into CDM if we so needed that. If that was the case. But let me know what you guys think about Eduard Michu. I thought that would be a very interesting one that Leeds are linked with now. Now, another one that is even more shocking is a former Leeds United player. And you're thinking, who? Chris Kamara. Well, this man, Jake Livermore. Some of you might have forgot that he actually did play for Leeds United. He was a loanee back in 2011 from Tottenham Hotspur, and he could be on his way back. He is a free agent, and it is someone that Leeds United could be looking for. He has 244 appearances in the Championship, 196 in the Premier League, vastly experienced within the English game. Is he going to be a world beater? No, but is he going to be someone who would potentially come in and knows the league inside and out, has a lot of experience, maybe that he can offer the dressing room, maybe that he can offer behind the scenes. He's already been at the club before, so he knows what Leeds is all about, and he's not going to worry about being third or fourth choice and having to really just come in case of an injury or a replacement or something like that. He's not someone that's likely to kick up a fuss in that sense. So that is someone that I feel like could be a good fit for Leeds United if we were to look in and around the free agent market. Now, you could look at it from another sense, saying, listen, he's 34 years of age, he's past his best. Is he going to kick the club on? No, not necessarily, but on a 6-month rolling contract, I don't think you can go wrong with this, because I think Leeds are lacking a lot of experience, especially since we lost Dallas, we've lost Ayling, we've lost Cooper. We're lacking some experienced, mature, wise heads in there that know the league, that have done it before. And this could be a great option for Leeds United. But again, let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comment section down below. Now, speaking of exciting times ahead for Leeds United, one of them would be the Elland Road expansion, which is something that we have been waiting patiently for. We are told to heed a warning that obviously, as we spoke about last time, Leeds United are going to be missing a lot of revenue from match days when we are building the stadium. Now, it's not expected to take place until we get promoted, which kind of goes and speaks for itself. But the interesting thing is somewhat, it was reported, this is coming out of ex-Everton chief Keith Wyness, who obviously has a lot of experience in terms of matchday revenue in these kind of circumstances, who predicted that it would uplift about £500,000 to £600,000 per game. So even though it's a bit of a chunky investment to start with, you're talking 600 bags every single home game, which at the current moment in time would net you an extra 10 to 12 million. Talk about inflation in ticket prices. If we do get to the Premier League, that could go up to about 10 to 15 million potentially. Talk about us going far in cup competitions, an extra few million there. Maybe we eventually get into Europe, an extra 4 or 5 million there. It really will start to, over a long period of time, accumulate in a lot more money, which you would hope would turn into bringing a lot more higher quality players over to the club. There is question marks over the atmosphere and everything, but you know, 500 to 600,000 pounds bonus per game is pretty damn good if you ask me, and it's something that I would be licking my chops for if we were able to get it done anytime soon. Now, just finally, in slightly more positive news, we've spoken about players that are going to be out. One man who is set to return is Isaac Schmidt, who posted on his Instagram story earlier today this little match day graphic. We've seen players do it all the time, and the only time you really put this on your story or even have a custom design graphic of you is when you are in the matchday squad. So I expect him to be on the bench tonight for our trip to Sunderland, and could potentially get some game time, especially considering the fact that Firpo looked a little bit rusty on Tuesday, and obviously Bogle as well is going to have some tired legs from a lot of minutes recently. So Isaac Schmidt is someone who I do expect to get some minutes, considering the fact we're playing a couple of games in a short period of time. Let me know what you guys think about all of these stories, though, down in the comment section down below. For now, guys, though, I will see you very soon. And au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.